All right, we're getting back to it today, aren't we? Tilt this over some. I did make a couple adjustments on my output, so let me change this because it does look a little weird. Whoop. Do I want to do that? Let's go. Move this up here. Put me over here in the corner. Get to your corner. Go here. Maybe a little lower. Where's my box? There's my box. Okay, let's move it over here. And I can shrink this some. All right. How's everybody doing this morning? Thanks for checking me out. Thanks for coming on to the cast. Let me come back to this now. We'll move my health bar so you guys can see that. Where's it? HUD. Heads up display. Let me push this over to this. That should work. I currently got my HUD set up for DPS and tanking, not so much the healing. But I was running heals for a group earlier, and yeah, now it's my turn to play. So, again, how's everybody doing? And leave me a comment in the chat. Let's see here. How do I want to run this? All I'm really going to do right now is just hit my high-level roulettes. So there shouldn't be a super long stream, but, just something to keep me relevant. Expert. Let's see how fast that pops. Sometimes it pops quick, sometimes it doesn't. I guess I can also go do some fates while I'm waiting. Because I'm post Dawn Trail and I've been trying to do this arcane artistry for the last couple of months. Yes, I said months. But I have to have something like 18 different items. This Dematima. I don't know how to say that correctly. And this is all I got. Let me show you my inventory. I have 4. I needed 3. I wound up getting 4 of this one. And I need 2 more of these, but then I also need 3 of 3 others. So a total of 18 different variations of this before I can advance with that. And each zone within Dawn Trail, each of these zones, let me pull this back up, they'll give you a different one. So I have to basically max out my shared fates here in the process of getting all those for my phantom weapons. Or at least one phantom weapon. I'm sure I have to do this again to go on to a whole separate phantom weapon. It's a lot of grinding. So I got one here and head over there. Let's mount up and head on while I wait for this duty to pop. If you're still in the chat, let's why don't y'all tell me what your favorite class is for Final Fantasy 14? If you've played it before. If you haven't played it before, what's your favorite Final Fantasy? Oh, I just passed my fate. Are these the things I need to fight? I think they are. Dang it. Cast. There it goes. I must be having ping issues. Took me a hot minute to get that cast off. Back, so I can cast that again. But I do want to have as many of these around me as I do that, because the paladin's confetti, as they call it, is AOE style. It is pretty powerful. That's why I use the fight or flight mechanic immediately before casting Requiesce, just to maximize the amount of damage output. Going pretty swimmingly. It's going pretty well. Just gotta make sure I avoid all these hot spots. I guess I could boot up for this. I was trying not to do that before I went into a duty. Alright, we got that. So where's another one? That one's got 9 minutes. I should be able to make that in time. Mm. Same thing with this bait. I want to be able to maximize as much of these little guys as I can. Make sure I can find them all. Fight or flight, Requiesce into the Paladin's confetti. So we're going to knock these 5 out pretty quickly. You already knocked out one of them. You get a greater potency on the one that you actually have targeted. All the others get a reduced amount. Okay, let's try to rack them up again. If I'm spinning around too much, it's because I'm looking for more of these little critters. Okay, I got 5. Avoid those spicy areas. Definitely want to get out of that Venn diagram. And we just run it all over again, right? Rinse, wash, repeat. You see how quickly I'm building up that little bar underneath level sync. Come back. Okay, do that. Hit this one. Now I got 5 again. We'll wait till they all in their space. I'll use Circle of Scorn to throw up some dots. Holy Circle, followed by Prominence, and then Holy Circle again, because that's just the way how I had my rotation built there. Use my mitts for a second. I still have my setup for DPS, so my health bar is way too low. Just kind of maximize my field of view. as a tank, I usually like to have my health bar a little bit higher so it's in my POV. Helps me manage my mitts a little bit better and to know the scenario some. Looks like we're going right into another. Is that what's happening here? Yep, I gotta talk to this turd. Alright. Recommended. Started the fate. Now, there's one of two ways to do this one. You can come over here and you can pick up all the materials. Oop, never mind. Let's do this first. And let me cheers my party. This is the 8.5 dungeon, too, so it's the most recent one. Here we go. It's not Tender Valley. Yay. This is called the Clidium. We found it. The mystical Clidium. Yes. You look over here, that's the actual name of this dungeon. Oh, I missed one. Alright, there we go. Got him the second time. Pop intervene. Didn't need that. Got this together. Mitts up. And Paladin's Confetti again. Same thing as before, right? Use your biggest attacks up front as your pull opener. And because I'm at level 100, I have the full kit with that. I have a Sage as a healer, so that's good to note. Have to use my Holy Sheltron. Holy Sheltron for a Paladin and gives it a quick heal. I just gotta rebuild my Paladin juice a little bit more, or pay more closer attention to it. Sprint! Going on to the next pool. That looked really cool, to be honest with you. Like just shattering through the skylight there. That looked really cool. I like that. Sprint is over. So let's slash these guys. I'm gonna wait for that turd to get back over here. Use Circle of Scorn. Going back into my Paladin's Confetti, which also gives me heals too, right? It's another thing to really consider, especially, like I said, with the Sage. Sage does a lot of shields. It's pretty potent with their heals too. But it's most notable for its shield, right? Notice one of my buffs there is, it's called Cardia, or Cardion. And every time it makes an attack, or the Sage makes an attack, I get a heal, kind of like a hot, if you will. Heals over time. It's more of an active hot.
We'll handle things from here. Take care of the Fisher.
These people. Do I have this up? I do. So, boss opener is pretty much the same thing. But I'll throw in my, what's it called? Goring Slash. I'll activate the Confettier and then go back to my Goring Slash. Then go into the rest of the casting there. Now this one, the petrifying beam, the opening petrifying beam is back to back. It's the only one that goes back to back, and it'll pick one side and it'll do the other. So that's pretty easy. Eyes on Me is just a area wide attack. Now, I use, because again, going back to the whole stage thing, they're shields. I'll use my, what's it called, Divine Veil as a heal. Divine Veil could be a shield and it could be a heal. So when I have healers, I'll use it as a shield rather than a heal. So I'll proc it before the attack happens. As a heal, I'll use it after an attack happens. Be the only time I'll use that in this mission here. Going into my Atonement series. Now this will just be a once-off Petrifying Beam. And now pretty much everything else is on repeat, just with a higher tempo. See, I can't use my Divine Veil now, but I would have used it now, after the attack happened. Where's the scanner at? I'll disengage and move to the wall where the scanner is, just to be the first one through it. Because now I can move into the healer was too far away for me to use my intervention, but that's what I would have done, is get there. Now if you go back to the scanner, like you saw the little green check mark over my head, if I went back through the scanner, it would have registered it, which is kind of aggravating, but you know, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Eyes on Me. Can I pop this again? Oh, I could use that too. Bam. Divine Veil, got a little heal out of it. See how far the healer's getting away from me? Can't throw an intervention on it. But I can get into the attacking phase, or to resume attacking sooner by doing that. Bit of a strategy I've developed for this one. I guess you could continue attacking and become the last thing it scans. It just doesn't make sense to me. Activate sprint. Let's wait for the bars to pop up over these guys. Missed one, so I gotta stick around for an extra second. 3 more about to drop down. Also look really cool. Takes them a second to activate. I'm gonna throw up some mitts, fight or flight, Imperator, Fettier, and here we go. Just kind of keep their attention on me. Hopefully my team doesn't get into the spicy circles. What they will do. And we just keep this going. Back and forth, back and forth. And sprint. Second pull for the second boss. Another pretty simple one. Nice little corridor to run through. Keeps everything funneled. So as long as my team doesn't get behind me, this should be a pretty easy run. Still waiting on my invuln to recycle or cool down. I had to pop it a little earlier. Notice my health was declining pretty fast. Like right now. I usually don't freak out until Like there's one little sliver of my health bar remaining. And that's generally when I'll pop my invuln. I rarely ever use it proactively. And now it's Chorten time. Ripples of Gloom is another area-wide attack. Throw that out for the heal. Mortifying Flesh. It's kind of a unique move here. It does irritate me a little bit. Notice how I'm running towards the camera. Here we go. Doing good still. Basic Vomit. You want to be behind it, because it has that cone AoE there, which hit both my healer and teammate. And we just want to run to all of these little posts as they pop up. Ripples of Gloom. I don't have Divine Veil, so I'll throw out an Intervention. The Intervention for your teammates gives it a hot as well, so you get a hot potency over time. Oh, it's going the wrong direction now. Sprint. Got a little confused in my rotation there. I had to stop talking for a second and just react. You notice the healer was almost dead, so I threw out cover to take the blunt of the attacks. It worked out. Another one of these. Where's the other one? Throw out an Intervention again. Oh, I popped them both, didn't I? That was what I call a fat finger. At least they had some protection for that move. Come on, let's just hack it apart, hack it apart, hack it apart. There we go. Moving on to the third boss. First pull. P-U-L-L. Pull. Okay. Let's go ahead and activate Rampart in between there, because they're going to keep attacking me here. I'm going to continue to pull them over here to where the exit is. Alright, here we go. And make sure I use, what's that called? Bulwark. Every attack I receive under the effects of Bulwark gives me a shield protection. It'll show you an extra parried amount. This must be what my money feels like when I deposit it to a bank. Alright. Activate sprint. Capture these. Oh, I missed them. There we go. That's why I like playing on a PC. Because I'm more of a controller user anyways, but I can still have the benefits of a mouse. And that I'm using an Xbox related layout, I can move around and use my hat switches with my other hand. Make sure I'm not dying yet. Let me just cast that. Didn't want to start another rotation just to break it. See here. Our black mage is in a cutscene. So I'm just going to move up here. And oh, I took out my dance. I had the Manderville Mumbo there, but because I needed a space for the Phoenix Down, I replaced it. Oh, I could have also done the bee's knees, I suppose. There we go. Intervene, followed by Circle of Scorn, and we go into our rotations here. Rubbish disposal is going to be a area-wide attack, so I'll cast that afterwards. Now let me go into my Paladin's Confetti rotation. Okay, so that's as you can tell, it's meant to be like a half moon, but depending on where Malthus is on the map, it could take up way more space than just a half. Now, the ones I pay attention to here are the big ones because they have a conal AoE. You see those, the ones that are active, I call those the small ones. They just have that little circle AoE. Now, that big one there is going to have a cone. And you'll see I'll start tracking along with the two of them as they go through. AQUATE amount of shit. So I want to be in the safe zone there. This time, he's going to hit them all at the same time. I want to come over here. Well, it's not the best space. But obviously, I wouldn't die to it. Void Dark again. Circle of Scorn. Now we move around. You see that little play button? You have to keep moving around. And it's nicer for like your physical DPS because you continue attacking during that motion. Sheltron and then Reprisal because I want 10% less of that. And it still hit me pretty hard. So the Rubbish Disposal is going to knock these machines out. It hit me pretty hard because I have a debuff going on from that spicy circle. Tried to do better this time. This time he's going to pick them up and move them around. So I'm going to stand over here, see which direction we're going. We're going this way. Oh, darn. Sometimes I need to follow this one in the middle. No, don't get me there. It got me. So I got twice the invuln going right now. That was just bad positioning. Where's the big ones going? There we go. Yukio is alive. How about that? Get out of the way. I can't tell if I got hit by that. I still have that 2 going on at the same time. I need to lock in, guys. now I'm up to 3. So 4 is almost certain death. See, there goes that. Hopefully somebody has a Phoenix down that they can use. Doesn't look like it. It's going to interrupt me, isn't it? Yep, I got to lock in. Having that massive debuff is not going to help. Throw a clemency on myself. Alright, it's going to move these yahoos around again. Dang. At least I'm back to 1. Bro, can I please heal my party? GG, we made it. Let's see if he'll wait for my Phoenix down. Ooh, that one was a little nail biter there towards the end, wasn't it? Give everybody another cheers. Throw a player accommodation to the healer. Loot, do I need this? No. I'm either 770 or higher. All of my classes. I got all 3 comms. Yeah, that was nice. Even though I was more or less part of the problem there. All right. I guess it's time to move on to the next roulette. I don't know. I need to practice this one more. The third walk. This would be my 3rd time going to the 3rd walk, but both other times I basically walked through it on a stretcher. Let me change back to a DPS class. I don't like the delay there, so I got to probably take a second and go through. I probably have too many tabs open, so if things start blanking around, that's because I'm getting rid of stuff. So let me turn this off. We'll close that window down. I don't need my HW info up, so let's close all those windows. All right. That may help some. I don't know. Ping is just off some. I am hardline cabled or had a LAN cable going, so it shouldn't be that big of an issue. All right, so let's go back here. Duty Finder. I got 3rd walk set up. Let's run it. See what happens. Probably die a lot again, and that's fine with me. It's all part of the learning process. Whoops. Let's see here. I got to activate that one. Is there any other fates going on? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, man. Okay. Sorry, I got a notification I had to look at. That's why my attention span looks like it's all over the place. So, let's here. Stream manager. Click on it. Yeah, I'm all lost. Okay, there we are. All right, now let's look at this. Oh, someone activated it. So let's go. Ooh, that wait time, 29 minutes. Bit of a long-term wait. Oh yeah. Yeah, have a little pick me up. Did I lose it? Overshot it. That's what I did. Chances are it'll probably be done by the time I get there now. Alright, so let's level sync. Oh, I got one. But I didn't get any boost to that because it just ended. Fart. So that's the other one. I guess I can spend 70 gil and port all the way over there. Or, nope. There's one here. Never mind. So let me level sync to this. I'm going to use both of my soul slices here so I can activate some of this madness. And I'll do my single target rotations now. Throw that up. It mattered. The Shadow of Death or Whirl of Death really matter more when you're in a mob, because when they, get eliminated or killed, the that adds to the blood charge. And the soul slices do have a pretty short cooldown too. Really helps a lot. Oop, in the wrong button. Yep, that other one is still there. I think this is the vampire lady. Sonia, your prayers is the name of it. What's up, little Sprouse? Or is it Mira that I'm talking to? Tried to raid you, but your raid settings prevented me. Oh no. What are my raid settings? Let me go back. You'd be the first person to actually ever raid me. And go to, what's it called again? Twitch. There we go. Twitch. Creator dashboard. Let's see here. Haven't raided in a while. It's telling me that, because I haven't raided in quite a while. Let's see. Now, where's the raid settings, though? Go to Stream Manager. Raid channel. It's pulling up other channels for me to raid. Let's see. Is it account settings? Security and privacy. I may have to Google how to fix this one. Not sure. Mention me. All users can mention me in their stories. Can share my clips. Activate that. Is it connections? Nope. Don't need to connect to my Amazon cart. Going. Channel feedback, video feedback. I wonder why it would prevent you. Is it streaming tools? Nope, it's not there. Back to stream manager. Let's see here. Your account is older than 30 days. Yes, I've had this account for like 4 years. Creator updates, notifications, whispers. Let's see here. Wants to allow this time. Oh wait, that's not it. Fair enough. Let me go back to this and back out of my 30-minute queue. Now come back here. See if we can figure this out together. Go to Google. Use its built-in. Someone tried. Whoops, spelled tried wrong. My Twitch channel, and it wouldn't let her. What settings do I need to change? Click AI mode. To allow your friend to raid your channel, you need to adjust your incoming raid restrictions on the Twitter dashboard. Okay, so go to your Twitter dashboard. Let me pull this off to the side. Use my massive 32-inch monitor for its best benefits here. Split screen. Click settings on the left panel, then select stream. Not seeing that. Scroll all the way down to raids section. Click, go to your Twitter creator dashboard, which is where I'm at, I think. Stream manager, maybe it's not the dashboard. We creator dashboard. Okay, yeah, that's where I was. Then left side, because there's stream manager. I don't see there's stream together and stream manager. It's like the only two streams I see on my dashboard. Settings, raids section. Oh, there's settings, stream, and raid. It says allow raids from channels that meet the following requirements: minimum number of viewers, no maximum. And based on our discussion before, you have more followers than I do. So it should. I mean, unless your account's 30 days or newer. So let me just accept the risk. Save changes. Let me pull up my OBS. Maybe I'm missing something that I don't know. Proxy window, search. Yeah, tech can be like that. Technology just it seems to update itself when you least expect it, and it doesn't let you know what it updated. Channels you manage as an editor, people who can stream to your channel. Let me click that. Send invite. Uh, all right, try it again. I don't know. I adjusted the minimum number of viewers to one, and then minimum account age one. So maybe that was a gate that we had to overcome. Allow subscribers to make clips of your channel. Let me do that. I don't get enough of those. Share broadcast, latency, yada yada. Maybe it's something to do with my OBS. Let me ask Google. Uh, would OBS be a gate or bottleneck? No, OBS would not bottleneck incoming Twitch raids. Okay. What could actually bottleneck? Her Twitch dashboard settings. Your friend might have her outgoing raid settings restricted. That's possible. Twitch account verification. I mean, I would imagine you have all that set up. Server side action. When someone raids you, Twitch simply redirects their viewers to your stream. No local software filter. So, yeah, we can almost chalk this up to some type of technological phenomena. I'm gonna set you as a favorite. Maybe that'll help. Yep, you're now my favorite. Because I would think when you clicked on raid channel, you click another option or two, and then it would send me some kind of, hey, this person's raiding your channel. I haven't got that. Don't think I need to hit the research button. Settings, stream, just to go back through, look at all my stuff. Channels with the above thresholds must also meet one of the following criteria. I mean, I'll add channels I follow, but I don't think I need to add that. I am one follower away from 30. I mean, that's kind of like a dun to dun moment, but this is what my goal says. It says one follower to 30. I'm sitting at 29. So thanks for following me earlier. That was cool of you. Uh, home. I mean, it's asking me to explore raid browser too. Maybe I need to raid first. I don't know if that matters. Let me ask good old Google that same question. Go back to this. Do I need to raid first? No, you do not need to raid first. Okay. Just making sure that there wasn't like some kind of hidden mechanic within Twitch that only opens up if you're you make your first raid. So I don't see that. Everything else looks cool. Reach path to affiliate. Do I need to be an affiliate? Do I need to be an affiliate? Personalizing, searching. No, you don't need to be an affiliate. Okay. So in reality, I should be like you should be able to click my raid and be able to raid my channel. Like considering all the settings that I just verified, that should be the thing. See here, manage goals, string together. Sure, I went AFK and that's fine. Yeah, I don't know what to do there. All I can ask is try it again, see if it works. Couldn't tell you. All my settings seem to suggest that it's verified and fully rateable. Yeah, I know. 30. That's a big milestone here. Ever since I've been more persistent on TikTok, I've noticed a little growth going there. Don't think I need to use my. Whoop! Get out of the way there. Let's go ahead and put this at 100. Activate that. Use both of these. Puts me at 90, so now I can use Unrivaled Giblet or Gibbet. And now I can go Enshrouded. I heard something. I don't know if that was. Oop, let's get out of the way. And that was it. There we go. I'm probably not going to make that one in time. Let me go check this one out. I'll go to that one next. So how did your stream go? Did you like it? Get some new stuff done today? Learn some new mechanics? That one again. And back 29 minutes. Okay. Which is fine. Perfectly fine. Ah, these again. Let's see if I can survive this as a DPS. Use whirl. Probably not go all in like that as a DPS. Oh, my chocobo's dead too. Nice to have a little bit of hills going along the way, wouldn't it? Probably not going to help me as much as I thought it would. Nope. And I'm unconscious. Alright. Should have stayed as a paladin for that. Where's it at? This one, wasn't it? Here we go. Because it's at 11%, I really want to just go ahead and finish that one out. Alright, now let's do it. There's a few more this time. Last time I did this was like 5. Go. We're going to continue on with the magic section of the paladin. Want the attention of all of them. Want this to go by quick. Keep picking up these as they spawn. One more second. Fight or flight. Imperator. And the paladin's confetti. We'll use Goring Blade on this one. Holy Spirit. Really just need one more now, so I can easily focus on one. I like the Paladin because it has basically a 10-hit combo. There we go. Got that one done. Let's see if another one pops up in its place. I believe that's why that little fella is running up here. We'll activate this one. Now I have to pick up a bunch of these things. Oh, it's got a level sync. Now I can pick up a bunch of these things. Let's see here. Do I get for fighting these two? Sometimes in these gathering fates, if you fight the mobs, it'll also give you the item that you're gathering. So let's see here. Yeah, that's another way to do it. Is there any more? This is just 3. Make sure you got it. Enemy selected there. There we go. Roaring Blaze should finish that one off. Now I can run around and pick up a bunch of these. I really don't know how many of these I need to have. Just gonna run around a bunch of times and pick them up. Little bugs don't really seem to be in the way, do they? Riot Blade into Explication, Royal Authority, Atonement Series. And then Holy... Oop, I hit Clemency. Holy Spirit. There we go. Make another full round of this. Then I'll turn them in and see how far off I am. Same rotation as before, because I had the 30 seconds to wait for Explication to activate. I got another little bugger wanting to play with me too. So we'll give him the business. Let's give him the business, shall we? Still got 12 minutes to go. No rush here. There we go. Why do you have a... Oh, that's what that means? Okay. Well, I'm going to go turn these in now. Mostly because it looks like I have one more healer remaining before this duty pops. And I want to at least get credit for this. Yay, 19 did it. And now we just wait the minute out. Please don't pop. That would be ironic, wouldn't it? Told me a 30-minute wait time. Do a few fates. Still not 30 minutes, but then when you're clearing this one and it does pop, I got 30 seconds right now. So even if it does pop, I have the 45-second timer to activate. So I'm in the clear. Just waiting my time. 14. One. Dun, 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 dun. Yay! See, now we can have a 6th healer. Man, I still haven't got any of the Demetria from this either. But I am increasing my shared fate stuff. So we're getting there. At least there's some type of reward. I got a bunch of gemstones, don't I? Where is the gemstone guru? This one? OK Hanu. Let's go to OK Hanu. Let me use the mouse instead of my controller. Still sitting on 3 viewers. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Big day for me. It's been the longest to have 3 viewers at one time. You guys gonna tell me, okay, what can I buy here? Do I have the map? No, I don't have the map. I'll be darned. So let me activate the map now. That just means that my mounts will fly faster now. And you really don't notice it unless you're up against somebody that you're just kind of like following with. You know, sometimes you'll get in these fate trains and you're going to go from one fate to another. Occasionally people will pass you. Occasionally you'll pass people. And that's generally how you know if you have the faster speed or not. Still need one more follower to make 30. Yeah. I think 40 is a big deal with Twitch, isn't it? Like 40 is a big deal. Having 40 followers on Twitch. I really don't want to start another fate because I'm still sitting on that one healer. That one healer will change it all. Just gonna head back to my estate. That's fine. Lurk away. Be alert. Just kind of hanging out at the moment. We're in a holding pattern. Lean. Take a lean against that. And type AFK. And then you change the Reaper. Okay. I'll be right back. Right, just hang tight for a second. And I'm back. Thanks for the wait. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. Still got 3. That's awesome. Needed to get some water. Drank a lot of caffeine this morning. Need to flush it out some. All right. We're still waiting on the event to pop. So I don't know. How long will it take to get one more healer? It looks like the rest, like all 3 tanks and the other 14 DPS, it looks like we're dedicated to this. No one's dropped off in the time I've been in the queue. So we'll see what happens. There it is, just like that. Good timing. Now let's see how many times I will die this time. Right? Like I've said before, the last time I did this, I took the 3rd walk on a stretcher. I got res almost infinitely. Okay. Fortunately, that last time we had a red mage and a summoner to help keep me afloat. So I'm definitely still trying to pick up the mechanics and the timing on this one. The 2nd walk I picked up just like that. I don't see why this one is such a vast difference for me. Lots of things to remember here. Let me food up. Give everybody a cheers. Zoop.
The great star tree. This must be Windust Walls.
First boss is Shantato. If you play Final Fantasy XI, this is Shantato from Final Fantasy XI. The Shantato you had for the Black Mage story arc is a completely different Shantato, just with a little homage to it. She didn't speak in rhymes.
Renowned wizard and demon of the Federation. Conjured such a terrible echo.
I already spoofed up my rotation. I'll watch out for the, what's it called? The gems. She'll pop up all the elemental gems like that. And we want to get out of the way. That much I do remember. Is that basically eliminated me the last time. Now this is kind of a unique mechanic. You want to be in between the furthest 2 bricks. So the one with the widest space. And watch what happens if you're not. That would have been an insta-kill. Get behind her. Okay, so she's going to hit donut AoEs with this. You got to remember the route she takes. Get out the way. Throw up my mitt. There we go. I can still use that. I'm going to use Enshroud because I almost never got a chance to use Enshroud the last time I played this. Like this part, I don't know what I'm looking for. Just need to stay out of the way of the hot zones, right? Go ahead and use that. Get out of Enshroud. I'd rather use it before it times out. So this thing is going to come through the center, right? We just need to get out of the way. And then back to the center. Yes, I am from the South. I live in Alabama, but I was raised in South Carolina. in the good old USA. Alright, so this one's going to be a weird one. There's an added mechanic to this. I don't know if it's going to be me. It'll probably be me. It was me both times last go. It's still me. So now I want to get into one of these pockets. Because what's going to happen is it's going to yank me there. And now I want to get into the center again to avoid that smash. That yank will take you all the way off the map. So that's why you want to be in a protected zone. I believe I mentioned it. Alright, so I want to trace the pattern again. So left one, up two, right one, up one. I'm going to make sure my camera stays facing that direction. And I'm just going to continue using my single target at rotations, my 1, 2, 3s. Well, that got me. Shield up. I didn't get that off in time. Use one of my potions. Enshroud time. Let's go Enshroud. Got to stay to her flank and to the rear. Got to use Communio first. Now I can use Plentiful Harvest. I really don't know how to activate Plentiful Harvest. It just seems to be random to me. Well, I appreciate that. Go to sleep. You know, you don't need to use your bandwidth on me like that. That's very appreciative, though. Right, so we want to be at this one on the far side again. Never mind. That was the end of the fight. But thanks for letting me join you earlier as well, and, you know, I hope you rest up. What am I picking up here? Nothing. Because I picked one up yesterday. Let's go here. Spiritual Rift. I'm really impressed. This time I have not died. I didn't. In that yesterday when I played that, I probably died a good 6-7 times in that last fight against Shintato.
The city has been besieged. Make ready. The enemy will soon be upon us.
Yeah, we got to support a small streamers like each other, right? Now with this rotation, I can use Whirl of Death because there's a bunch of mob, and it does give a little bit of an attack boost to them. Well, it added damage, but also when they die, my red bar maxes out. Whoop! You gotta get out that way. Get out that way. Arm's length. We'll go in Shroud. My Grim Reaping there.
And now the fight begins in earnest.
You know, we have a sub-boss here. Well, this one isn't the sub-boss. Let me do one rotation here. Use Grim Swath on the AoEs here, followed by Guillotine. That's how you do the mobs, the big pulls like that. Your AoE attacks. The others are point target. Now this is the sub boss. You think my legs are adorable? Thank you. I've been working out, doing squats. We'll wait for that to pop. Pop the second time, and then we'll come over here. Pop once, pop twice, get back to the fight. And avoid that. Keep working my way through this. Stand in the safe zone. Move to the next safe zone. Because you got to pay attention to the things on their surrounding there, but that was long enough for you to be able to react. Anyways. There we go. And now we move on.
Hiding.
Now this Alexander fight, all Alexander fights are kind of top tier stuff anyways. This one will get out of hand really fast.
The light divinity.
Like if you felt the Shitato fight was hard to keep up with, this is definitely another one. They definitely double down on that theme. Shroud.
XIV. So we meet again.
Divine Arrow. So this thing is going to be a spinning rotation. So it's going to activate a cone AoE there. And we have to go the opposite direction. Pretty simple right now. Notice he's got that circular AoE into a donut AoE, so you just want to weave in and out as that comes through. See, I don't have a spicy circle around me, but I have to avoid other people's spicy circles. That was a problem yesterday when they kept stacking on top of me. That attributed to some of my floor tank time. Now these little bars will fill up, turn red, and it'll go to that half. There's no, what's it called? Echo on the ground. You don't have the echo for that. This, I think, is like you see these things pop up. I'm going to stand right here because it was one of the last ones to get there. And now I'll just move into the zone that, you know, just basically. All right, this, where, oh, I gotta get out of the way. Where am I at in my rotation? This. Boom. Plentiful harvest. This, hit both of these. Again, got to try to stay on the flank or the rear for many of the Reaper's attacks. That's where you get some attack potency bonuses. Yeah, we gotta fight these things now.
I'd expect nothing less of such a deity.
Can't attack it when the shield is up. Other guys are going to run around doing the other things, but once the shield comes down, we can finish the assault. There we go. Notice how the ethereal conduit reserves almost maxed out there? That's because people will leave that one with the shield up and go on to the others.
Still standing in the
Won't get back to it in time, and then that causes the raid to wipe. All right, another one of these. Oh, I can enshroud again. Crap. I'm in the middle. Ah, it got me. I was paying attention to the floor and not the spinneroonie.
A comrade is down. Someone revive them.
Wait a second. Let my temperance leave. Okay, so where am I at my rotation now? Nowhere? Perfect. Starting over from scratch. That's the one thing about being a Reaper, man. You got to have both bars kind of full to be an effective Reaper. But when you get floor tanked, it starts you all over again. Like last time, I always go back to talking about yesterday. It put me on the floor basically every opportunity it could. Well, that pretty much wiped half of my team. Those two will burst first. These two will burst second. Is it going to power up the third one? Yeah, we'll stick to this side for the impartial ruling. Move to this side. Alexander's down.
I say we
Well,
press on.
not bad. Not bad. Only one flooring, if you will. I got floored once this time so far. It's definitely a night and day difference from last night. So, I guess talking through it is helping me because I do know a majority of these assaults and maneuvers. So talking through it kind of helps me. I'm not sure. This is a sub boss again. Those little things need to be knocked out. They're going to move around, I think. Yep, they will. Which defeated the purpose of shooting a line AoE. And watch out for those spicy cones. I'm going to throw up my mitigator for the team. Who are my healers? I have a sage and a white mage. Go here, activate that. Throw up Enshroud. Use the Enshroud rotation.
is no
Now we're going to
force
move
or
on
danger that I have not already vanquished.
to the next boss.
The Twilight God? Here? Bastard. You'll pay dearly for this. We stand now before the very father of creation.
Is that who that is?
Nothing back.
What's happening now? I don't know. Raid wide. Okay, so we want to go this way. Don't have those circles there. It's going to get far more complex here in a moment. Not knowing how to manage these circles got me pretty good. Like this. Now this one's simple to read. You got those arrows pointing to the inside. You just want to stand to the outside. And he's going to do it again where they're pointing to the outside. You want to be on the inside. Like that. Empty salvation, huh? What is that doing? Puts more circles on the ground. You get heavy when you walk in the middle of those things, so you want to pay attention. These are going... Oh, no, no, no. Now you want to go into where one of those pop. And boom. Yep, this is where the floor rate's going to turn up on me. This is interesting. It's a nifty little mechanic. It's not something we haven't seen before, but wherever you kind of line up with, I rarely ever see the whole team get to the same place. You want to knock this out pretty quickly. Notice that there's 4 corners. You want to somewhat own one of those corners. So that's going to knock you off if you don't have a corner behind you. It's going to shoot up another AoE or rotational AoE. And we finished it. Oop, you want to be on this side. You got to pay attention to those arrows. I'm going to wait till that pops before I jump over.
So long as I hold faith in my comrades and they in me, darkness shall find no purchase in my heart.
And we're back. Fighting Promethea.
Taking the darkness into itself.
Right, we're all kind of taking a knee for a second. There is an animation in this somewhere.
What has Brynhilder done?
So we want to stick to the opposite side of that glowing hand.
A comrade is down. Someone revive them.
Sorry if I'm getting really quiet here. I'm just trying to pay attention to
Someone heal them.
the mechanics and stuff. A lot of the stuff I've already narrated, so just in a faster pace.
Careful, lest the darkness take you.
So what's happening here? And move here. Ooh, that got me. Please get out of my circle. Okay, so pay attention to these. Got a left hand up, so we want to stay to the right of that. And outside the donut AoE there, it was really slow creeping this time. And to think, we're almost not done yet. There's a second phase of this fight. Okay, so something. We're going to go over here now. Ah, crap. It's going to get me. Yep. Turds. Ooh, I was lucky there. Let's see here. I could probably pop this again. Throw a little added security blanket to my team. Now we need to get out of these circles. You get heavied, meaning you just move slow. Okay, so you want to come this way, avoid that one. Come this way, avoid that one. Paying attention to what Promethea is doing still. Not a tank, not a tank, not a tank. I'm really glad Arcane Crest has a very short cooldown.
Mighty blow. The adventurers of your world are extraordinary indeed.
And we just finished the first phase here. We're about to enter the second phase. Do I have bee's knees on this? Yep, I do. I'm just going to dancing with my bee's knees. Now we fight Shinryu, which will be fun. Notice how there's 2 floors to this. There's a big hole in the circle. We'll call things out as they come. Still can't take any loot because I grabbed stuff yesterday, so I gotta wait till next week.
Shinryu, the divine dragon that brought ruin to Vanadil's twin.
Cosmic Breath. What is that one doing? Oh, we got to drop.
So, World Destroyer wouldn't be an exaggeration for this one. Well, that's just right.
Cosmic Tail. Gonna slap the bottom floor. And I'm dark. You see that dark? I have to go to the first floor. See that purple thing that's surrounding me? If it was golden, I would have stayed on the top.
That looked like it hurt. Hang in there.
I think I have those make potions too. Alright, so I don't know what to do with this one. Blind. Okay, so look at Shinryu. That's the thing. Don't move, but look at Shinryu. Your resistance.
Lucky I assumed this
Okay,
thing
so now I have the gold circle, so I stay on the top.
suppose you would have no way of knowing.
Cosmic breath, though. I gotta go below. That got me. Now I gotta go back up. Got some really good healers on this round.
Shinryu has already been ruined to one world.
I still move around for this one. Dark Nova. What is that? That's a tank buster. Okay, not a tank. Atomic Tail. I'm assuming that anything tail has to do with the bottom level. Tell them to stay up here. Yep. Oh, I can shroud again.
What the hell was
Never mind. I just wasted that one, didn't I? And here's phase 3. That's right. There's a third phase.
The vessel for his king.
Technically, the Promethea is treated like its own fight, but story-wise, it moves into a second and third phase.
Did he just...
Oh, I'm up to 4 viewers. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, we're getting to the apex or the what's the word I'm looking for? The narrative conclusion to the third walk here. Still gaming to get 30 followers. That's my next checkpoint. Alright, so he's gonna put his swords away, he's gonna do something. I wasted my shroud, so that sucks. Now the big thing is the hole in the floor is gone. So we're back to working with only one floor. Looks like everybody's there. They're going to take a hit. They're going to do a block. And so others of us should take this up. Nope. Looks like they're full. This should be the second. There are only 2 times to do this. Okay, so you want to go to the opposite side that he's going to swing to.
I'll see this adventure to its conclusion.
Here we go. So he's going that way. We're going to come over here and stick to the corner. Let's see here. There we go. You want to go to the one that has like a circle, not a dot, because that becomes a donut AoE. Okay, so I'm going to stop moving and look at this turd while avoiding that cone. Done so masterfully. I'll pat myself on the back for that one. We're up to 5 viewers. That's awesome. Thanks for joining us. This one gets me a little bit. There we go. Just have to be timed, and you got to make sure you're Hell's Ingress is... Well, that's got me. Just talking too much, I guess. Okay, so this will be fine. Wait for that to pass. Then I can get to that part of the semicircle where I can continue striking and avoid the next oncoming. So these are going to move dynamically, and you just gotta hope that you're not in the zone. Alright, so this one I have to walk around still. Make sure you're in that voided cone there. Awesome. The dead space is nice to be in sometimes. Throw up Arcane Circle.
A truly mighty blow. The adventurers at Orwell were extraordinary indeed.
Go Enshroud. Use the Enshroud rotation. Cross Reaping, Void Reaping, Cross Reaping, Void Reaping. And then Lumiere Slice. 2 of those. And then Communio. Boom! Oh! I moved into it. I didn't pay attention to the position there. Star Flare. I'm still refreshing my skill set with the Reaper, so I'm often looking down at my hotbar. That's why it got me that last time. And we did it. I think I only died 4 times this round. That's a staunch improvement. Pat myself on the back for that one. I don't know. Is there another? No. All right, Dragoon. Since I'm a DPS, I'm gonna calm the DPS there. I'm actually a little quicker with this. On the controller. This, I gotta pass all the armor because I got armor yesterday. Toast everybody. Yeah, it's really happy with my performance on this round. It's definitely a much more improved. Let's see if Opus Clips will cut this out and make it into like a full-on tutorial for me. I'll post all that stuff on TikTok. Yeah, Andy Dent's Games on TikTok. Ah, I got cards. Looks like I got 2 of the same card. All right, so let me see what I got. I can only use 1. That's fine. Let me check my general materia extraction. Yep. Start pulling this off now too. This is how you get a bunch of materia. Like, you almost never truly have to buy materia. You know, sometimes you'll have to plus up a few things off the market board. Fine. But this is where you're going to get a fair amount of them just by doing the materia extraction, especially after you run a couple of dailies, you run some raids, and your spirit bonds hit hundreds pretty quickly now. There's definitely a boost somewhere in the last couple of updates. Let's look through because I do switch between classes quite a bit. See, the healing stuff is at 85. Some of my tank stuff is at 84. So that's going to be pretty awesome to keep up with. Now, me being at level 100 on everything, just to prove that to you, right? Well, minus Blue Mage and Beastmaster, obviously. I'm still waiting on Beastmaster to come out. That'd be pretty cool. I don't need all my lesser materia unless I'm mentoring some other sprout and they need their stuff materia'd up. I'm willing to do that for them. It's the only reason why I keep this stuff. As you can see, I pretty much have it all. These are in the wrong retainer. Now, which one has my cards? Is it McStuffins? Nope. Storm Izzy? Yep, that's the one. So, put that one, put that one. Let's resort. Onion Knight. Yep, there we go. All right. That was pretty fun. Pretty happy I did that. So let's go here. Activate these. See how long that takes. So for those of you who are still hanging around with me, put in the chat. You know, if you're lurking, that's fine. You don't have to say anything. But if you've played 14 before, what's your favorite class? If you haven't played 14 before, what's your favorite Final Fantasy? Yeah, we'll discuss that. I'm going to shift to lean and go AFK for a moment. Just need to stand up for a little bit. Put those little tidbits in the chat, and I'll be right back. And since that popped off pretty quick, it was a nice little stretching of the legs there. Gotta let the glutes air out some, right? You've been sitting in a chair for a while. Yeah, you gotta let the glutes have a break too. You gotta activate them. Right? Yeah, I wonder, did I do that whole raid without my food active? It's nuts. I would do that. I do like these heavyweight raids, these normal raids, if you will. Pretty fun to play. This one turns into like a, I don't know, 8 on. It starts at 8 on 1, starts on, then it goes to 8 on 2. But I think, now you can correct me if I'm wrong, but if you pay attention to when both of them come out, they make a mention that they say they don't fight by themselves, so why should we? I've been playing this game for 14 years. I don't think there's ever been an instance, narrative-wise, where they acknowledge more than one warrior of light. You know, there's been like cutscenes where the warrior of light, as the Azim, brings in other warriors of light, but they don't necessarily acknowledge that. Now, this alley-oop inferno, we got spread out because these little spicy circles, that becomes a problem, especially when you do spicy circles plus cones, you know, like this. It makes it super hard for the rest of the team to acknowledge and move around. So they had to take one for the team to avoid that from happening. What are you doing, dog?
The flames are spreading. At this rate, the challenger will be trapped. I'll wipe you out.
Here comes the other one. Red Hot switches out with Deep Blue.
Hey, save some fun for me. Deep Blue's lost his cool. He's tagging in.
I really think, narrative-wise, like the writing for the announcers just missed the mark. You know, I've watched wrestling my whole life basically, and we've had some really good, commentators from like JR and Jerry the King Lawler to Michael Cole and Wade Barrett. Like there's just and even Corey Graves, man, they're really good at their craft. So listening to the narrator for these fights just seems shallow to me. Like missed opportunity there. They could have easily Japan, right? They're huge into wrestling. Like they could have Square Enix could have easily got an advisor from the IWJP, I think they're called, to really bring this home.
Let's do this together, bro.
Here it comes,
Brothers have entered the ring. Oh, that's grounds for disqualification.
right here. They don't fight alone either. So I think that's honestly the first time in the entire game that truly acknowledges that there's more than one warrior of light.
It seems the referee is allowing it. It's
And so we're going to see a lot of the same mechanics again, just on repeat. This one's a new one. You'll see Red Hot jump around. Honestly, being in those areas is unnecessary. A lot of people tend to go into it anyways. He's going to follow up with a tank buster. I'm not a tank, so I need to get out the way. Where's Deep Blue going? That way, you want to avoid that. Come to about halfway in this, right? And split those circles in half. You'll see I get pushed here, and then watch the spicy circles activate. I'm in the clear.
the brothers have triggered a fusion explosion. Truly, they're deadly.
I can go into my enshroudness. Ooh, that's a tight fit. Didn't get there in time. I somehow survived that. Not certain how I did, but I did. Do I have a debuff? Yep. 40 seconds of a debuff. I need to follow Red Hot. So he's going to hit us. We need to be on the edge here because these cones will stay all the way through. The blue ones, the water ones won't, but the red ones will. And so to not be a blue falcon for everybody, you want to narrow that breach like that guy just did or didn't do. You do that poorly, the guys who are tracking with Deep Blue, they won't have anywhere to stand.
Bet you've never seen anything this gnarly.
So we want to avoid this cone here. It's a wide cone. And as a DPS, it really doesn't matter, or even as a healer, it doesn't really matter who you continue to attack. There's no real mechanic in this. Now you have to split them apart anyways. So it just kind of makes the fight a little bit more easier to not have to worry about some of the other nuances when you have pairs. Yes, I made my own sound effect. And now you can see, like, all the floor is basically lava at this point. Bad management there would have put us in a really bad predicament. Now he's going to stomp around again, make all those spicy circles. Again, doesn't warrant you having to get into the middle of them because the result's going to be the same. You just want to know where to avoid Deep Blue. So I'm going to come over here again, split the circle in half. I could have gone in the middle again. didn't really matter there. You notice the spicy circles and we'll wait for them to go away. And he's going to do one over here. And I don't know why we want to get in the center. That's dumb. Now we have to wait till they get rid of those. Not a whole lot of space to maneuver because of that. Need to have some smart tanks to make the pulls work. And it's basically rinse, wash, and repeat to the end. Right? There's nothing new is going to be introduced here.
Bet you've never seen anything this gnarly. I'm not finished with you yet.
Yep, this is it, guys. Finally getting around to the end. I feel like this is going along a little longer than normal. So the DPS must be off. It's probably me.
Impressive footwork on display today.
They can overlap the cones some as long as they don't overlap themselves. Helps minimize some of that area effect. There we go. And maybe that took longer than normal because I just realized nobody used the limit break.
All over. Until next time.
Again, we'll calm another DPS. All right, so a couple of raids down. I feel like I'm picking up the Reaper vibe pretty well. So where am I at currency? I'm almost there. So let me do one more and I'll call that a day. I might as well use oh, it reset, didn't it? Cool. I did this one earlier today. Let's see if we get the other one. What's going on? Thanks for checking in there. Was that Clammy? Camry? Kia Murray? Yeah. Oh, what happened? I just hit 30 followers. Awesome. Thank you so very much. Wow, thank you for the follow there. Yeah, I hit my 30 count goal. Yeah. It's been looming over me for quite some time. I've been stuck at 27. Then I hit 29 today. Then you put me over. So, awesome. Thanks. Oh, not getting emotional, just had to stop myself from sneezing. All right. Well, I'm gonna. It's going. Yeah, I've had. This has probably been the most productive stream that I've had. You know, can't deny that, and pretty thankful for y'all checking in. I know one of you is went to bed while keeping me on the stream, so that's awesome. I've played Final Fantasy 14 since 2014, so I've got a good 12 years in on it. Doing a little mentoring today. Yeah, it's been pretty fruitful, I think. I'm a retired Army vet, so I don't really have a job to go to. Just get paid to exist, kind of like that. And just get to work on a new brand here. So I've been asking people. I know we got some lurkers, and that's fine. Have you played Final Fantasy 14? If so, what's your favorite class? If you haven't played 14, let me know what your favorite Final Fantasy was. Honestly, you're looking at it. So I'm in between expansions right now. We got Evercold coming out, which is going to be a huge change of direction. Not necessarily from narrative wise, but from a quality of life. They got the enhanced way of playing it now. They call it enhanced mode, and you have the legacy mode, which is what you're seeing right now. And so you can see I got to be continued over here. If there's anything that I really should be doing, it's some crafting and some uh, gathering, but that's not like super sexy to do for a stream. But I really haven't spent a lot of time on the scholar. The only reason why he's level 100 is because I'm a level 100 summoner. Uh, so I could do that story quest. Really just haven't pulled myself to doing it. But yeah, like I said, you're just watching it. I'm running dailies, doing some mentoring, helping people get more comfortable in the rotations, and showing my hot bar too. It's not perfect by any means, but it definitely helps add a little bit of context to reasons why, like, I have all my AoEs here. I have some ranged attacks here, even though I got a DPS buffs and things like that. So you do play Final Fantasy 14. I want to acknowledge that. That's awesome. What's your favorite class? Show off my FC estate, my FC house. Stuck. Whoops. Oh, there's got to be a way to get up there. Yep, we made it. Do a short jump. Nope, that was too long of a short jump, wasn't it? No, I didn't get up there this way. Let's go over here. Jump on the bushes, jump on the reef, on the orange tree, on the deck, on the deck. Get a little space this time. There we go. And bee's knees. Reaper's doing what Reapers do. Oh, we're up to 6 viewers now. Man, I may have to stay on. I was thinking this was going to be my last dungeon, but why not? Thanks for joining. I guess my next goal is 40 followers. Yeah, I think that's a big milestone for Twitch, isn't it? I don't know. Almost at the average wait time. I am playing as a DPS, so 2 may be the magic number. Going into the expert roulette. Expert, right there. Yep. bumped my desk. There was not an earthquake. I bumped my desk. Yep, we're just kind of in the holding pattern again. So again, let's chat. Right? What's your favorite class? Your favorite job in Final Fantasy 14, if you're still in. I can't tell who's in or who's out. Maybe I can. If I pull up the website, right? Go to Twitch. Twitch. Creator dashboard. Stream manager. Well, that doesn't really tell me anything either, does it? Still shows 6 viewers. So, that's cool. Cool. Community. Get to the point where I can start assigning people. That'd be nice. All right. Now I'm number 1 on the wait list. Got 4 unique chatters today. So thanks everybody for joining. Got 2. It says 2. I'm sure that's meant to say 3 because I know I've been tracking 3 today. So research. There's currently almost 9,000 viewers on Twitch right now, particular to Final Fantasy 14 Online. Achievements. Build a community. Oh, nope. My next one is 50 followers. That's the next goal. So I guess 50 is the big number there. Get 5 people chatting at the same time. I got 5. All right, we're back. Greet my party. And we're in Mistwake. This was, I want to say 7.2, maybe 7.3. The theme mostly for Dawntrail has followed some of Final Fantasy 9, which is pretty cool. There's rumor going about Final Fantasy 7 being the theme for Evercold, because the design of the main city hub looks remarkably like Midgar. They're going to be following some of the Nordic themes that Final Fantasy VII has been known to do. So lots of Final Fantasy VII isms happening right now. They mentioned that the tank is going to be a tank that has no bearing to any of the past classes, like none of the legacy classes. So there's going to be a new tank altogether, which kind of placates into the new enhanced or advanced systems that they're going to use for combat. I'm pretty stoked about it. It's going to be a new. A lot of it's going to be new, right? Like I said before, I've played this game since 2014, and I'm pretty familiar with the legacy input command systems here. So I don't necessarily know what they have in store for the enhanced system, but I'm sure we're going to get some play, some live play in the next live letter, and they're going to let us know what the next class is going to be. Well, I need to pay attention. And we're just dealing standard mob stuff at the moment. First pool or second pool, first boss. The way I break it down, because there's generally 3 bosses per each dungeon. So you get your first pool, second pool, go into boss 2, first pool, second pool. That's the way I describe things. Still hanging out with 4 viewers. That's awesome. And so I need to max out my blue bar. Earthquake. I'm going to pop that really quick. Now I have my enshroud. Now this is a pretty unique mechanic here. Like it has static circles across some of these barriers that you just noticed got knocked down. You need the barriers to withstand this, right? Malevolent light. If you're in the way, you're going to get petrified. So you got to use a barrier to get out of that way. The next thing is there's going to be a... Well, he needs to get out of the way if he's not going to break that thing. See? That just destroyed the barrier there. Hopefully your team won't destroy all the barriers. We're not looking too high right now. The leveling light goes through the entire map. Right? You want to be out of the way for that. Then we're going to go over here. He's going to... I'm glad it's me because I'm going to pay attention to my backdrop. This... Oh. The tank's down. Fantastic. So that cone AoE was also another petrifying AoE. Anybody inside that cone would have been petrified, and when that lightning popped up, that would have killed them instantly. It would have been a one-hitter quitter. Same thing with any of the other petrification mechanics for this. If you were petrified there, Earthquake would knock you out too. Let me go into Enshroud. I need to start locking in. Come on, use living dead. We only have one barrier remaining. Get out the way, get out the way. Clear the backdrop, clear the backdrop. Ooh. Man, that was a fight. I always tell people, control the variables you can control. That was definitely a lot of variables that I couldn't control. So, that got me there. I was getting a little antsy with that. Alright, so we're going into boss 2. This is the first pool. Again, a lot of common stuff you're not unfamiliar with. Tank makes a pool. We go on to the second part of the first pool. Hopefully. Tank is right there. Now I'll use my AoEs for this. I guess I could use Whirl of Death. I haven't really used that much this round. Okay, so we'll single this guy out for a second since he has an astonishing large amount of health, even though he died before I finished my statement. Makes it somewhat ironic, right? Here we go. Why am I in the lead? Why not? I'm gonna pop that twice, because I will forget it. I'll pop it a third time. And this here. Go Grim's Swath, then Guillotine. I'm gonna 1-2 this for a little bit. Just gonna see if I can cap out my red bar now. Just make them all sound effects. Alright, boss number 2. Amadeus? Amadeus? Amadeus, Amadeus. Amadeus, Amadeus. Alright, so this has a bunch of dots, but there's one that doesn't have a dot. Notice that? That's where you want to go. You go to the opposite side on the second round. This one's going to be raid wide, or area wide, should I say. It's not a raid. Then he's going to do some streak running here. You want to track to his third point, which is right here. Kind of be out of the way of it. Boom! 122,000. Let's stay away. Move out the way again. Zip to the other side because he's going to activate the rest of them. And this is where the clearest space is. So I don't want to be in tank buster zone. Stop moving! No! And now to take advantage of the Reaper, you always want to stay to the rear and to the flank. See that's in the rear, so I got to move to the front now. I'll lose that status bonus. Let me use my own shield. We'll run this up to 100 so I can get 2 back-to-backs there. Nope. My mitts are still on cooldown, which is okay. 1, 2, 3. There it is. All right. Now we move on to the third boss, first pull. It should pick up a little bit more. The last one, you had to go through a checkpoint. But this should pick up the pace some going into the third boss. Should. Well, we still gotta get the other half of the pull here. Nope, this is the whole pull. We're here. We can hang out here, that's fine. Soul Scythe as an AoE. All I really wanted was the red bar. You could have done that with Soul Scythe too. And now we just head over here. Got an NPC kind of fighting another thing. It's going to die by the time we get there. Got you! Yay! And then we wait for the gate. Now we go into the second pool for the third boss. And we just do this all over again one more time. Nothing super extravagant with this. You know, pools are pools. I really haven't seen a over-the-top unique pool since Shadowbringers. At this point, I just want to make sure both of my bars are topped off. Which they are now, so I'm just going to 1-2 this to the end. All right, boss number 3, Thunder Griffin. Thunder Gust Griffin, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to misrepresent yourself. Guess I really didn't need to do that. Should have started with this as my opener, because I had 2 full bars. So basically wasted a half of my red bar. Getting a phone call the worst possible time. This is all about positioning. As you can tell, you have those floaty thunder orbs. They point in the direction they're about to attack. So that helps. You know, all you got to do is just make sure you're not standing in an overlapping zone. There's going to be a knockback here. I used my heal for no reason because I was trying to use my arm's length. I like to stay at least one of these. There's 2, maybe 3 times, depending on how long this fight goes out. Again, this is a good zone or a good layout of seeing where those crossover markers were. Right? So pay attention to that if this is your first time or you're studying up on this boss fight. Storm Surge is going to pop up some more of those floaty orb things. And he has a tornado going. Why isn't my tank? This is concerning. Is there a tank still around? This time I want to be in the middle because my arm's length isn't. I'm not the only one seeing this, right? The tank is not moving at all, but seems to be surviving. Got some good healers. Say some. So this is just going to be up to me. This is the best position to be in. Well, there goes the tank. Just gotta get a little bit more. Oh, we lost our 11th break. We'll have to wait for this to move out the way. Dang it, I gotta move. It's going to stop me. All right, let's just take it. Woo! That was a slobber. Well, let me at least calm this person. Pass on that. Do I need this? Nope. Pass on that. Pass on this. All right. Wow. That was it. Man. Yeah, I got up to 6, man. Y'all showed up on the hottest moment of that run there. Yeah, that was awesome. Man, that was tight. Very, very close. I probably shouldn't have tried to do the Phoenix down. I could have, not wasted my time there and continued the attack. But yeah, that was that's one to remember, at least for me. Yeah, that was pretty intense. Uh, but yeah, I appreciate everybody checking in, coming in. I think that's going to be it for me today. Been on this for a little over 2.5 hours, so it's kind of wearing me down. I got other things to do today, even though retired Army guy here, don't have a job, just chores and errands and stuff. Promised my wife I would do the dishes, so gonna go do that. But yeah, thanks for checking it out. Also follow me on the TikTok, the Andy Dents Games on the TikTok. I've been blowing that up too. Lots of cool stuff there, and yeah, super appreciative of you guys. So be good. We'll stop the streaming now. Click the button. Bye.